Maybe to other people, they saw the green cowboy boots and they were like, wow, her style is so fun. It's so amazing. I love it. No, nobody was saying that.
Alexis Sunshine 83, it's always sunny here. Boop.
Hey Sunshiners, Alexis Sunshine 83 right here. So you clicked on this video, meaning your style sucks. No, honestly, this whole video is directed at me. I was reflecting on my style and wardrobe and realized that there are certain things that greatly impact how I feel about my style and things that other people that, in my opinion, have great style do. This list is things I am just trying to keep in the back of my mind when I am thrifting new clothes or putting together an outfit, and figured it could be helpful if you are in a style rut and you feel like your style sucks, but you can't pinpoint why. The first major reason why you may feel like your style sucks is because it's not cohesive. Now, I don't think you need to have every single thing in your closet be able to be paired with everything. And also, I don't think you necessarily need to give yourself rules of, oh, I can't thrift this because it doesn't go with every single thing in my closet. And also that you need to stick to a quote unquote aesthetic, and you can never, wear pastels if you mostly wear black. Like, you can't own pastels if you mostly wear black. Like, I think this is very dependent on you, but I will say, I feel like having a majority of your clothing being cohesive to either a color palette or a silhouette, or just that a majority of it can go together and you can have those, unique pieces that are kind of outliers where maybe it, again, doesn't go with absolutely everything, but it's a piece that you love and there's a time and a place for it. But the majority of it being able to be paired together. I would say the major reasons why I have a dilemma sometimes of, I have nothing to wear is because I feel like nothing really goes together, and sometimes it really doesn't go together, and there's almost like little groups of like pockets of clothing in my closet that go together, and I then just keep wearing it the same way because it only goes together with a couple of things, versus if a majority of your clothing will go together, then you have so many like versatile outfits that you can put together. And I just feel like the options for you makes you feel like you get the most out of your wardrobe, and it gives a clear vision of potentially what your style is. If you look at your style right now, do you feel like a majority of your clothing can be mixed and matched together? There is also, if you love pattern mixing and maybe putting together stuff that doesn't necessarily go, but that's your style. You like to put stuff that doesn't go together and it ends up looking amazing because that's your personal style and that's what makes you happy. And I think that's the biggest thing with feeling like your style sucks. And this is more like personal. Like, I'm not saying you see someone else's style and you're like, your style sucks. This is specifically on you. When you feel like your style sucks, a lot of times it's because you don't have that confidence with it. And so if you feel like, my clothing is just a bunch of random clothes that don't really go together, then you're not gonna feel good about the clothing that you wear. The next thing is you keep buying things that you always regret. I've already made multiple videos going through trends and clothes that I regretted buying, and a dedicated video going through things that I always regret, so I can look back on that video when I see something at the thrift store and I'm like, oh my god, this is so cute, but I have thrifted something similar and ended up never wearing it, but maybe this one will be different. No, it is never different unless your style has like completely changed since you had bought that piece originally. You're most likely going to regret that piece, that color, that style again, and you then are just contributing to stuff in your wardrobe that you end up never wearing. Put a full list of things that you have bought that you ended up regretting. It can be as simple as the material being itchy. If it's just slightly itchy, I will absolutely not wear it. This reason why your style sucks kind of is a jumping off point from the first and the second one, and that is you are buying too much stuff outside of your comfort zone. Now, like I said with the first reason of your style not being cohesive. I don't think it means that you can't go outside of the box sometimes, because one of my like core personal style pieces ended up being things that were very outside of my comfort zone, and I ended up trying them and absolutely loving them. But I feel like you sometimes can know when something is going to be like, oh, this is outside my comfort zone, but I feel like it could integrate into my style, versus this is so outside my comfort zone because it doesn't go with anything that I own. Example, my green metallic boots over there. They are so freaking cute. I love them so much. I love them on everyone that has worn them, and they were very outside of my comfort zone because I like black shoes, but I wanted to do something different. I was like, I wear too many black shoes. I'm gonna get it in a color I don't wear, I don't own, because it'll be a nice pop of color and it's something different, but it's a little too different, especially because at the time that I had gotten them, I think I was into cowboy boots, but I was still kind of dipping my toes in them. I wouldn't say it was like a core of my personal style. If you are buying something outside of your comfort zone, I think sometimes you do have to reflect of what part of this piece is outside of my comfort zone. Is it the color? Is it the silhouette? Because if it is the silhouette and you're wanting to try something outside of your comfort zone, I would recommend getting it in a color that is inside your comfort zone. Or it's a color that you want to integrate into your wardrobe that you don't own, that's outside of your comfort zone. Get it in a silhouette piece that is inside of your comfort zone. I feel like when you pair color and silhouettes of being outside of your comfort zone, it could totally end up amazing and fantastic. But from my experience, it ends up being too outside of my comfort zone and I never end up wearing it. When I'm talking about, again, your style sucking, it's you personally feeling that way. So maybe to other people, they saw the green cowboy boots and they were like, wow, her style is so fun. It's so amazing. I love it. No, nobody was saying that. It didn't matter because I was like, my style sucks because these boots, like, I'm actually hating my clothes because I'm not liking how these boots look with my style. I don't necessarily think buying and wearing trends is bad. Obviously, I make videos about trends. I make thrifting trend videos, and I do have a complicated relationship with trends. I feel like anyone that is into thrifting and sustainable fashion has a kind of weird relationship. Obviously, I'm looking at it in a inspiration way, and that I'm going to, if I like a certain trend, find it secondhand. And so in general, it's never going to be necessarily a copy and paste. And the conversation about people that buy every single trend for every single season, or, you know, micro trend, that's something different. I think liking trends is not bad, and wearing trends is not necessarily all bad. Sometimes stuff is popular because it's cute and it's good, and that's completely okay. But I feel if you do follow trends too closely and then end up owning too many very trendy pieces, you may feel like your style does suck because it potentially could lack that personal touch of you versus, oh, this is just stuff I saw someone else wearing on TikTok, or fashion magazines are telling me to wear because of X, Y, and Z, and it's not coming from a place of, I love this thing in general. Maybe you totally could, but honestly, I would say owning just like a lot of trendy pieces, especially when I think of like Amazon fashion or just fast fashion in general, I just feel you end up feeling like your style is outdated way quicker, even though if a trend is outdated, still wear it. But if you are following them super closely, you are gonna be influenced to then not like something anymore because you're told that it's outdated, or maybe then everyone is wearing it and so now you're sick of it. And so you then are trying to find the new trends. It's basically chasing trends and having your wardrobe just be very, very trendy. I'm sure you could look at my style and be like, oh, well, you do trend videos and you buy stuff that's technically a trend. Obviously, I think the best way to combat that, if you do really like trends consistently, I don't know, like maybe you just end up liking every single trend, buy it secondhand, because it's then not going to feel as uber like trendy, and it's gonna last longer because again, they aren't gonna be a copy and paste, and they'll be able to just have like wiggle room because the style has, maybe it's originally from the 90s. You know, it feels a little bit more timeless. This next one is definitely gonna be more personal to you and how you figure out your comfortability with it, and that is you either over accessorize or under accessorize. I love a maximalist accessory outfits. There are so many people I follow that I do love their style and they just like go ham with accessories, and it totally works for them. It totally works with their style. When they under accessorize, they just feel like the outfit doesn't feel like them. And then there's also people that maybe only wear one necklace, and that for them is like, that's enough. That's all they can do, because if they do even put like another necklace, they feel uncomfortable. And I just find when I am almost trying too hard with over accessorizing, because I feel like I should over accessorize, because people that over accessorize, I think you instantly feel like they have great style because they have put in the effort to a lot of times collect those pieces, and they're paying attention to all those pieces kind of paired together. If my outfit is just over accessorized, I feel incredibly uncomfortable. I don't feel like me. I have to take it off, and I'm still trying to figure out that balance. Like even with the one necklace that I'm wearing today, I was like, oh, my chest is so boring. I want to make my outfit more interesting. I tried on a couple more necklaces with it to have like a stack, and I was like, I like the more delicate necklace with this dress. Like I actually love that there's really not that much going on, but then there is the one piece. Whereas with other outfits, I'm able to put a chunky necklace, and I feel like it goes with that better. Sometimes it really is about the outfit, but I would still say I have a pretty simple accessorizing skill. Like I think I've definitely gotten more into accessorizing, but I would still say it's pretty minimal, and probably nobody would say it's good style like that. It makes an impact. I feel like people would be like, oh, that's cute, but compared to other people that have so many more accessories, they would probably say that that person has better personal style, which maybe they totally do. Also, we all have great personal style. There's no reason to compete with each other. It's not what I'm saying, but just experimenting with accessories, how many accessories, different accessories. If I'm wearing a hat, sometimes I feel like it's too much to have like a chunky necklace. And for me, I just feel like there's a balance I have to have, because I just then feel incredibly uncomfortable. And also there's accessories where I just feel goofy in. Like I put them on and I'm like, this looks amazing on other people. Like there's certain belts that I feel like people absolutely kill in that outfit, but I feel like on me, I just don't like it as much. And maybe it does look better, but what matters is if I feel comfortable in it or not, because I would probably then feel like my style still sucks because I don't like my outfit, because I don't like the belt with it, even though a majority of people would say it looked better. Probably one of the best ways to get insight in how you feel about your clothing, your personal style, what you like and don't like, is wearing your clothes, which obviously, like this is a duh. Sometimes I feel that a certain clothing piece is just absolutely the cutest thing ever, and I end up thrifting a couple of things that are similar, and I'm like, this is my personal style. I love my style, but then I wear that piece out and I realize, oh, actually the silhouette of this is extremely uncomfortable, and I don't know, the way that the wind hits it, or just the way and like practice of me actually wearing this piece, it doesn't make me feel good. And so that gives you information of the silhouette, that maybe you did like the silhouette just like on the piece and just standing, but clothes are supposed to be lived in, you know, like the clothes you're supposed to be able to wear and feel comfortable. And yes, maybe something's cute, but if it's not practical, like, and I mean, again, there's also even a time and a place for unpractical clothing, but there's a balance. You will be able to figure out what you do and don't like by wearing it, because again, you can like it on the hanger, but actually wearing it out is going to give you that information if that is actually your style or not, because you could own a bunch of things that are in the style that you think is you, but if you don't actually like wearing it, then that's not you. And you're gonna feel like, oh, I have nothing to wear because all those pieces don't make me feel comfortable. I hate my style, that whole thing. This reason why your style sucks is completely, I mean, all of these are directed to me, but this one specifically, because I do it all the time and I'm aware of it and I'm working on it, but I'm weak sometimes. And this is the whole reason I'm actually even making this video. And that is, you own too much of the same thing. We talked about having a cohesive style. There's a big difference between cohesive and truly just a bunch of copies of the same thing. You know when it's a little bit too similar. And I was looking at my closet and I was like, oh my God, I just own the same thing. Like if I wear another top, specifically white tops, white baby tees, white baby graphic tees, I own so many of them. And the major reason is because I was like, oh, so I don't just keep re-wearing the same baby tee, I'll get multiple baby tees. And I realized over time, as I have collected and thrifted graphic baby tees, as much as I love that style, it still looks like I'm just wearing the same thing all the time. If it ends up taking up a majority of your closet, you are gonna feel like, oh, my style does suck because I just wear the same thing all the time, even if they are different pieces, if they look exactly the same. Like you could have just owned a couple, I don't know, like 2. I don't know where it comes from, where there was like a time where we couldn't or we shouldn't rewear the same things. And I feel like especially in the social media age, that has been a big thing where, oh, I already took a photo of this and posted on Instagram, I can't wear it again. And this is something that a lot of times it's not even that anyone has said anything, but even for me, I will look at my channel and be like, oh, I can't wear this in this video because I've already worn it in the past like month. And so I need to branch out. So for me, I'm like, oh, well, I'll just have something that's similar because I love that style and I will wear that. So I'm not wearing the same thing. People aren't gonna think I'm wearing the same thing, but it looks exactly the same. And so I should have just worn that thing. The last reason why your style sucks is you're thinking too hard about it. And that could be a little funny in that I'm making an entire video kind of like specifically giving reasons why your style sucks or my style sucks, and probably thinking too hard about it. But in saying this, at the end of the day, fashion is supposed to be fun. I feel like the times that I feel like my style sucks the most, or my outfit especially sucks the most, is because I'm thinking too hard about it. I'm thinking about wanting to be fashionable. I'm thinking about how it's gonna look like to other people. I will say I don't think there's anything wrong with trying to pinpoint like a better style, because maybe you're just wanting something more with your style. Like I don't think there's anything wrong with making a collage or something like that, or really like thinking hard of, you know, what colors do I like, what colors don't I like, and breaking it down that way. That's not what I'm talking about. I am more talking about thinking about your style needing to be really great, like too much, like you're focusing on it a little too much. Sometimes the best times that I get inspiration, and I feel like recently that I have found like, oh, okay, I like this, versus sometimes looking at Pinterest and being like, I need better style. I'm like focusing on it. It's been more in like day to day or like things I'm just naturally watching that I'm like, oh, okay, I really like that outfit. Like that's giving me inspiration. That's when it impacts me the most. Just be chill about it. I'm saying that as somebody that has absolutely no chill. I overthink absolutely everything, which again is why I made this list, because this is for me. For future Alexa to watch back every single week, honestly, I probably will need all these reminders constantly. Alrighty, thank you all so much for watching. I just had these thoughts and I wanted to share. Let me know in the comments down below what's one like find for yourself where when you feel like your style sucks, like what the reason. And again, this is so different for every single person. If you do anything different than what I said, I'm not saying your style sucks. Like I know the title says your style sucks, or I don't know what I'm going to title it, but unfortunately I have to put a catchy title because that's just how YouTube is, so people will watch my videos. If you do want to see my face again, then make sure to subscribe right down below and hit that little bell to be notified every time I make a new video. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, which is AlexSunshine83. I will see you all in my next video, and I hope you all have a super sunny day. Bye!